Have you ever hit it off with someone the moment you met them? Or maybe you have fallen out with a friend and stopped speaking to them for a while. Real-life relationships are full of situations like these, and native speakers in English often use phrasal verbs to talk about these situations. In today's video, we are going to talk about 10 common phrasal verbs that you can use to talk about relationships in English. All right, let's get started. The first phrasal verb is to have it in for. To have it in for. This is a phrasal verb with several words in it. Have it in for. And we typically have it in for someone specific. So he has it in for me, or I have it in for him. Let's look at some example sentences. Ever since I got promoted, I feel like Mark has it in for me. This means that Mark probably is jealous of the speaker's promotion and is treating the person unfairly. I feel like Mark has it in for me. The teacher seems to have it in for her. The teacher seems to have it in for her. This sounds like the teacher does not like her and is treating this person unfairly, probably giving them, maybe the teacher is giving her unfair grades. Why does he have it in for his sister all the time? Why does he have it in for his sister all the time? This sounds like, oh, he is treating his sister so unfairly. It's not nice. The next phrasal verb is to stick up for. To stick up for. And again, we're going to stick up for someone. To stick up for someone just means that you defend or support them. For example, no one stuck up for Aaron during the argument. No one stuck up for Aaron during the argument. That means that nobody supported Aaron. Nobody had his back. That's another good phrasal verb that's actually not in the list, but it's a synonym, to stick up for someone or to have someone's back. Both of those mean to support or defend someone. So if nobody stuck up for Aaron during the argument, nobody supported Aaron, nobody defended him. You should stick up for your partner if someone's being rude to them. You should stick up for your partner if someone's being rude to them. This means that you should defend your partner if someone's being rude to them. She always sticks up for her friends. She always sticks up for her friends. This means that she always defends her friends. She always supports them. The next phrasal verb is hit it off. Hit it off. This means to quickly become friends with someone or get along really well. And the connotation here is specifically that it happens quickly. So if you're hitting it off with someone, it means the first time you meet them, the first day you meet them, something like that. Now, if you have a plural subject, you can just say the verb without anything coming after it. So for example, we hit it off. We hit it off. Or they hit it off at the party. They hit it off at the party. Or I had a feeling we would hit it off. I had a feeling we would hit it off. But if the subject is singular, then you need to follow this phrasal verb with the word with and then the person. So for example, I hit it off with Sarah at the party. I hit it off with Sarah at the party. Or he hit it off with Jennifer. He hit it off with Jennifer. But you couldn't say just he hit it off. It wouldn't make sense. Let's look at some more example sentences. Max and Susan hit it off immediately and they spent the whole evening talking. So that means Max and Susan, they met each other and they really liked each other right away and started to kind of form a friendship and were talking all evening. I was worried about meeting my boyfriend's parents, but we hit it off. I was worried about meeting my boyfriend's parents, but we hit it off. So this would mean that the speaker, I, was nervous about meeting my boyfriend's parents, but we hit it off. So we got along right away. The first time that I met my boyfriend's parents, we ended up really liking each other. The two coworkers hit it off. The two coworkers hit it off. This means that two co-workers working in the same place, they met and quickly became friends, quickly started to like each other. The next phrasal verb is to drop by. To drop by. To drop by means to visit someone casually and unexpectedly. For example, my grandparents dropped by yesterday afternoon. My grandparents dropped by yesterday afternoon. This means that they came probably for a short visit. It wasn't anything really intense or formal, and it wasn't planned. So I didn't invite my grandparents to come over necessarily. They just happened to be in the neighborhood and stopped by my house. You can drop by if you're in the neighborhood. You can drop by if you're in the neighborhood. Now this time I am extending an invitation to the person I'm talking to, but it's still very casual, very informal. I'm not making really specific or formal arrangements. I'm just saying, if you're nearby, you can come and visit me. You don't need to call ahead of time or make any big fancy plans. You can just kind of show up. She dropped by her friend's apartment to return a book. She dropped by her friend's apartment to return a book. So in this case, she, the subject of the sentence, went to her friend's apartment, but she didn't stay a really long time. She didn't have a super intense visit. She was just visiting quickly and informally with the purpose of returning the book. The next phrasal verb is run into. Run into. And this means to see someone unexpectedly. We ran into some old classmates on vacation. We ran into some old classmates on vacation. So this means I didn't make a plan to travel and see my classmates on vacation. I just happened to see them when I was there. It was unexpected. I ran into Kate at the supermarket yesterday. I ran into Kate at the supermarket yesterday. This means I didn't plan on seeing Kate, but we were both at the supermarket at the same time. Have you ever run into someone you were trying to avoid? Have you ever run into someone you were trying to avoid? This means that you accidentally saw someone and you didn't want to. It was on accident and you were trying to not see this person. The next phrasal verb is fall out with. Fall out with. And you always fall out with someone. This phrasal verb means that you stopped being friends with someone because of an argument. So it's different from just maybe you moved to a new city and gradually stopped talking to the person. In this case, if you fall out with someone, it means that something negative happened between the two of you, and because of that, you stopped being friends. She fell out with her best friend over a misunderstanding. She fell out with her best friend over a misunderstanding. So some type of misunderstanding happened, and because of that negative experience, the two people stopped being friends. They fell out with each other and didn't speak for years. They fell out with each other and didn't speak for years. So something happened, they had some type of a fight or argument, and they didn't speak to each other for years. Have you ever fallen out with a family member? Have you ever fallen out with a family member? This means, have you ever had an argument with a family member that led to you completely stopping communication with the person? The next phrasal verb is drift apart. Drift apart. Now in this case, it's different from to fall out with someone, because when you fall out with someone, it's because of an argument. If you drift apart from someone, this means that you gradually stop being friends or gradually stop having regular contact, but it's not because of a negative experience. It's just because of lifestyle changes. For example, maybe you move away, maybe you get a new job and become really busy, and you gradually drift apart from someone. Oh, they didn't have a fight, they just drifted apart. Oh, they didn't have a fight, they just drifted apart. This one's pretty obvious. They didn't fight, they just gradually stopped talking. Many childhood friends drift apart after moving to different cities. Many childhood friends drift apart after moving to different cities. In this case, childhood friends move to different cities, and just because of that move, they kind of gradually lose contact, but they didn't necessarily have a fight or any kind of negative experience. It's easy to drift apart when you don't make time for each other. It's easy to drift apart when you don't make time for each other. This means you've got to dedicate time to really intentionally seeing maybe your friend in order to not drift apart. The next phrasal verb is to play up. To play up. This means to exaggerate something or make it seem like it's much more serious or dramatic than it actually is. She played up how close they were. She played up how close they were. This means she exaggerated. She made it seem like she and this other person were very close when in reality they weren't. The media often plays up conflicts between celebrities. The media often plays up conflicts between celebrities. This means that the media exaggerates the drama or the conflict, the argument that is going on between some celebrities. He played up his accomplishments to seem more important. He played up his accomplishments to seem more important. This means he's made his accomplishments seem more important, bigger, fancier than they really were. The next phrasal verb is to pin someone down. To pin someone down. To pin someone down means to force someone to give a clear answer or make a commitment to something. I've been trying to pin him down about our vacation plans. This means I'm trying to force him to give me a clear response, a clear answer to our vacation plans. For example, what date should we fly out? She's been trying to pin her boyfriend down about whether they should get married. She's been trying to pin her boyfriend down about whether they should get married. That means she's trying to get an answer from him or trying to get a commitment out of him. I can't pin him down on where he wants to go for dinner. I can't pin him down on where he wants to go for dinner. This just means I can't get him to give me a response or an answer to where he wants to go to dinner. The last phrasal verb is own up. Own up. To own up to something means that you admit that you made a mistake. He owned up to forgetting their anniversary. He owned up to forgetting their anniversary. This means he recognized, he admitted that he had forgotten their anniversary. Nobody wanted to own up to starting the rumor. Nobody wanted to own up to starting the rumor. This means nobody wanted to admit that they were responsible for starting the rumor. She owned up to making a mistake and apologized immediately. She owned up to making a mistake and apologized immediately. So she recognized she was wrong and apologized. I hope you enjoyed this video on phrasal verbs. Try practicing by using one of the phrasal verbs in your own sentence here in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already to learn more advanced English with me.